What up, world? This is Thrill Boxing Magazine, episode 21. I'm your host, Mike Thrill, baby. And listen, man, we got another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with another one. This is my second to last one of the year. Cause I got a couple things to talk about, man. We had a great weekend of boxing. Earlier this morning was a great morning of boxing. Well, morning on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? The fight was in Japan. But yeah, we just had some great fights, man. So I gotta do some little catching up real quick on that. We had the Day of Reckoning. Let's start there. We had a super stacked undercard in Saudi Arabia, headlined by Anthony Joshua in one fight and Deontay Wilder in another fight. We just had a bunch of people on the card, all mostly heavyweights. And some cruiserweights and light heavyweights as well. And yeah, man, it went down, man. The card was full of KOs. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's get to that. The first fight, I didn't get to catch this one live. But I was interested in the fight because of how the guy looked. He a heavyweight. I'm not sure his full name, but they call him the Lion. He got a very interesting face, you know what I'm saying? When you see his face, you're going to be like, it's a reason you fight. But, yeah, he was undefeated. I'm not familiar with the guy, Caballero, that he was fighting. But, yeah, Caballero, was outboxing him. Kept landing some big shots on him. Ended up stopping him in the fourth round. And, that's a big victory for him. I'm looking forward to see what he does next. As far as the Lion, I remember I was seeing people saying that he could fight Jared Anderson. Obviously time will tell, and you've seen that he wasn't ready for that level. We'll see what happens with him next, man. You had Frank Sanchez, undefeated, taking on Junior Fay. Stopped him. A lot of people, I feel like they sleep on Frank Sanchez because he's had a few performances that was lackluster. But he's also had, some nice wins against some good opponents. Now that's someone I wouldn't mind seeing fight Jared Anderson, down the line, maybe for a belt. I'm interested to see what Frank Sanchez does, man. Real skilled, strong fighter. One of the best Cuban heavyweights in a minute, I'm interested to see, man, what he does. So yeah, we gonna see about Frank Sanchez. Big Baby, him and Big Baby Anderson. I think that'd be a good fight, But I'm pretty sure he want to fight it for a title. So we gonna see what's next. Another heavyweight fight I mentioned before. Daniel Dubois. He previously fought Alexander Usyk. I gave him some criticism for that. Because I felt like he quit. But he did do some nice little work in that fight, as I mentioned before. And he was taking on Jared Big Baby Miller. Sorry, not Jared. Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Who I've also gave some criticism because he was cheating. You know what I'm saying? So I never was really big on Miller or Dubois, but I did think if it was upsets on this card, I had Dubois. I'm pretty sure I had Dubois probably getting a decision. However, I did think if a upset happened, um, Miller would be the one probably. And in the fight, well, for the fight, Big Baby Miller been walking around big. He been walking around 328 pounds. And in the fight, he was very heavy, and it showed. He was slow. He just, I don't know. He just didn't look like he was ready to fight. And Miller was doing some good work inside. He was landing some big shots. He was boxing well. He was doing everything he needed to do to beat Miller. And late in the fight, I believe it was like 20 seconds left in the fight, Dubois got the stoppage, took Miller O. So that should be a fight that give him a big opportunity again, because I'm going to be honest. The way he quit in that Usyk fight, I ain't think he was going to get another opportunity quitting like that. But hey, he got another one off this win. We're going to see what he do with it, man. JAIA OPETAIA, he just had a big fight. He was the undefeated IBF and Ring Magazine champion, but they stripped him. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted him to defend against a certain guy, and he said, "I'm gonna choose this money and Saudi." So, hey, you strip me, and he didn't disappoint on Saturday night. I'm not familiar with the guy he fought named Zoro, but he was undefeated. And yeah, Jai made easy work of him. Got the knockout. I want to see if BIVOL is successful. I want to see him and JAIA OPETAIA one day at cruiserweight. I think that'll be a good fight. But BIVOL got to get past Better BF first, so we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Speaking of BIVOL, he was next on the card. Dimitri BIVOL, that is. He fought Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon, I felt like I only seen highlights of Lyndon, so I wasn't too familiar with him. I do know he has a win over Anthony Yarde. So I knew he was tough just off that. So I expect him to be a little bit durable. And he was very durable. BIVOL was cooking him. You know what I'm saying? BIVOL was cooking him the whole fight. BIVOL ended up getting a knockdown late. I think the one thing that helps and hurts BIVOL is he's very disciplined in there. He don't never do too much, take too much risk. He just do just enough to stay dominant and make it a clear win. And sometimes he doesn't press the gas, and that's like the downside to the discipline he has. He don't press on the gas sometimes when he can. Late he start pressing for the knockout. He dropped Lyndon Arthur late in the fight. I think it was like the 11th round. And he tried to do a little flurry while he was on the ropes, and he got tired. He was like, "Oh, hold on, I don't want to punch myself out." So he chilled that shit out. And he stayed trying to press for the next round, and he wasn't able to get the knockout. A lot of people, I was seeing online, a lot of people were saying, "Man, why people don't ever call BIVOL pillow fisted? They call Devin Haney pillow fisted." But I think it's a little bit different, just because BIVOL, his power is a little bit more clear with guys who could punch, guys who are also big. He makes guys respect him. You know what I'm saying? And if he presses, he has got those knockouts, but he haven't got knockouts in a long time. So it is somewhat similar to Haney, but I think he has more of that respect me power. And yeah, shout out BIVOL, man. BIVOL, defended his belt. Now he trying to get them other 3 belts from Better BF. Better BF got to be successful against Callum Smith, top of the year, and we gonna see how that go, man. I think it's definitely gonna happen. The undisputed fight, BIVOL versus Better BF. I think Better BF gonna give him a hard time, but I really believe in BIVOL's skills, man. I think he got enough to get the job done, to outbox Better BF, and enough to withstand his power. BIVOL also said, man, that Canelo fight is out. That rematch is out. I already beat dude. He had a chance to make that happen, and he ain't want it. He pretty much, you know what I'm saying? He talked himself out of it. Now that's done. That's basically what he said. And you know, I'm glad he said that, because we need to see him in that undisputed fight, fighting for all the marbles. And yeah, to the next fight, we had Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder. Usually I would have said their names the other way around, but you will understand why in a minute. Deontay Wilder, you know, he's dropped or stopped literally everybody he's fought. Only one man, well, technically 3 now, but I'm talking past tense. Only one of his wins went the distance. He ended up stopping him, which is Birdman Stavern. Tyson Fury, he dropped Fury a busload of times, but Tyson Fury was the only one to beat him at that point. And you know, he usually had that killer instinct. This fight, he just looked like I don't know, he just didn't have a sense of urgency. He didn't have the dog, not really the grit. He was just in there like he was sparring. And you had Joseph Parker came to win. Joseph Parker was outboxing him. He was pressing the action. You know, he was outdogging him. Just everything. Wilder just, I don't know, man. He said he been at peace and he been real happy in life. And I think if he's feeling like that when he get in the ring, he need to go and wrap it up. But he did say after the fight, wait, I'm gonna get to that part. Joseph, he was pressing Wilder. You know, he got him to the ropes, landed some big shots, and yeah, it was damn near proud. I think it was a shutout, to be honest. I never seen somebody like not respect Wilder like that. You know, Fury, yeah, he knocked Wilder out twice, but Wilder was getting his off too. You know, in that trilogy. Yeah, Joseph Parker. This was the best win of Joseph Parker's career. You know, if Wilder had won, he would have fought Anthony Joshua next. You know, Anthony Joshua already beat Joseph Parker, so that's interesting to see what Joseph Parker does next. I think Wilder, I don't know, he said this himself after the fight. He feel like he need to get this killer instinct back, and if he doesn't, he need to retire. And I think so, man. You know, he gotta see if he really want to fight. The way he fought, it wasn't the Wilder that we all know. You know, but if Wilder can find that killer instinct again, I want to see him either try to get this rematch or still fight Joshua, to be honest. You know, maybe Ruiz. I think he could get that spark back. I seen a lot of people saying Tyson Fury damaged Wilder. You know, I don't really think that was it. You know, I think the power's still there. Power the last thing to go in boxing. You know, I think he's messing up trying to be a boxer I'm not sure if that's Malik Scott's fault or his fault. And I ain't gonna say if it is, because I don't know. But I think he needs to go back to his roots. He's never gonna be a better boxer than guys like Joseph Parker, Fury, Joshua. He needs to go for what he know, and that's stalking, that's out dogging, having that will, and stopping these guys. Knocking all these guys out. And Wilder should never be trying to outbox a guy and win by a decision. So yeah, man. Hey, you got to go back to the drawing board. If he can't find that sting that he once had, I would say retire. But I think he can find it. I think Wilder will be back. I don't know if who he'll beat at this point, but I think he got a second life in him if he finds that hunger. Anthony Joshua, you go to the main card. Anthony Joshua did his part. If they both won, they was gonna fight each other. Anthony Joshua smoked Otto Wallin, however you say his name. Anthony Joshua ain't had no problems. He came out looking good and dominant. I think Anthony Joshua ain't looked this good in a long time, actually. It was nothing to complain about for him in this fight. Blew through Wallin. Anthony Joshua might be in line for that IBF belt if it becomes vacant. He already lost to Alexander Usyk, so I don't think he should mess with Usyk again. I'm gonna keep it 100. But I would like to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury if Fury is successful. So we gonna see if Fury is successful against Alexander Usyk in a undisputed fight February 17th. Yeah, I want to see, man. We gonna see. The heavyweight division is like the most unpredictable division. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I don't know, man. This is a crazy division. On to this morning, which was Tuesday morning. I was up at 4 a.m. to watch this fight. 3 or 4 a.m. to watch this fight. Naoya Inoue card against Marlon Tapales for Undisputed. Tapales is tough. He got a victory over MJ and became a unified champion at 122. So he wasn't trying to give it up easy. In a way, he had his eyes set on making history. Before that fight, we had Susani, Sutsuni. I don't know how to say his game, man. I don't know how to say these guys' name, man. Against Anaguchi. That was the basically the co-main for the fight, and that was a real good fight, man. I want y'all to go watch that fight. I might have butchered that names, so you could just go on BoxRec and then click the event and then see the fight before. In a way, you will see it. You will see that name. But that was a very good fight. You had Anaguchi, who was the boxer, and Susami. I'm gonna just go with that. Su. I'm gonna just go with Su. Who was the aggressive power puncher with less skill. And it was an interesting fight because Anaguchi was outboxing him. And Su just started dropping him. He just started catching him big shots. Dropped him like 3 or 4 times. And the fight went the distance, but Anaguchi he had to be escorted back. They had to carry him to the back. And that was a little scary. So I hope he alright. Hope he all healthy after this. But yeah, y'all go watch that fight though. That was a good fight. On to the main card. Naoya Inoue, Marlon Tapales, man. Inoue is special. The fight was very competitive. The rounds was like, I could tell Inoue was being a little impatient because he wanted to He wanted to get it done. He wanted to get that knockout and get them belts. And you had Tapales like, this shit ain't gonna be easy. He was trying to make him. He came to win. You know what I'm saying? Tapales was landing a little bit of body shots. He was landing a little bit of shots on Inoue. Landed a very nice uppercut. Landed some nice right hands on Inoue. And Inoue got a chin. You know, the rounds wasn't really competitive. I mean, the rounds wasn't close, but they were competitive in the beginning. And Inoue started to. I felt like he was impatient, and then he started to slow the pace down. Slow it down a little bit and just lock in, and he was starting to get more sharp throughout. And he did that. He dropped, I believe he dropped Tapales in round 4. And then after that he got impatient. Then later on in the fight, turned it on. He was going for a lot. He was landing a lot of right hands, but I wanted to see a lot more body work from Inoue. Cause them Inoue body shots, just a beautiful sight to see. You know, he liked to mix it up to the body, throw a lot of combinations, and there was a little bit of everything in the fight, but not enough body shots for my liking. Not enough. But it don't matter, cause round 10, he got the job done, and them hands was raised. Naoya Inoue is now 2-time undisputed. You know, last December, I believe December 13th, he beat Paul Butler, became the 119 a bantamweight undisputed champion. A year later, 12 months later, he became super bantamweight, 122 undisputed. So in a year's time, man, he done took over 2 divisions. And I don't know how you can at this point say he ain't say anything bad about him, to be honest. You know, he's proven that he's the best. Him along with Crawford, they both elite company now. He just joined Crawford and Clarissa Shields, and the only fighters in history to win undisputed twice. And I feel like now he really need to start popping it. Like, I'm really that guy. You know what I'm saying? He done went all the way from 108 to 122. And he's still stopping these guys. Still taking over these divisions. And the next episode, we gonna have to really talk about who pound for pound and who the best. Because in a way, giving Crawford a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? I'm very interested to see what's next. They say he might fight Luis Neri, who's his mandatory, at 122, the WBC mandatory. So he might do that. He say he might stay at 122. You know, you had him shut down the Tank fight being a possibility. He say, look, man, that weight, that ain't no possibility. Tank all the way at 135, he at 122. That's out. And then you had Tank today on his one of his comments saying, I don't know why y'all want me to fight him. He's little. We ain't doing that. So everybody, I done mentioned this on the podcast before. All of y'all can stop talking about Tank versus Inoue. It's not happening. It's not happening, man. Speaking of Tank, though, shout out to Gervonta Tank Davis, man. He just bought the block. You know what I'm saying? He bought some houses in his neighborhood, and the block he grew up on, for affordable housing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up, man. He bought the block. We ain't gonna I don't like that the next day they tried to set one of the houses on fire. But hey, it's all good, man. I'm real happy for Tank. Just me being a fan, just seeing his progression, seeing his growth, seeing him become a mega star, and being able to do this with his community. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tank, man. Another thing about Tank, I was talking about him fighting Devin Haney. That's looking like them talks been dying down. Tank and Ryan and Devin Haney, it sounded like they trying to make the fight at 140. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see. By the way, my fighter of the week is Naoya Inoue, because he just made that history, joining an elite company, becoming 2-time undisputed. I comment this. I like to translate this in Japanese all the time. I be commenting on his pictures, saying he's the greatest Japanese fighter ever, and it ain't no disputing that. He's a special talent. He's a generational talent. And yeah, he been one of my favorites since 2019. And yeah, y'all starting to see why. Naoya Inoue is that dude, man. Yeah, so that's my fighter of the week. I believe his record is now, 26-0, 23 knockouts or something like that. And yeah, man, he's only 31. I believe he's 31 years old. And he just, he's already had a Hall of Fame career. I'm pretty sure he's going to go up to 126, become champion again, might go to 130. So we're going to see, we're going to see. Sky's is the limit with guys like him. Generational talent. Yeah. I just dropped my ratings, by the way. I rated 25 fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna make an episode about it if it had too many people didn't like my opinions on it. But I ain't gonna lie, my ratings list was so good. Everybody was agreeing with me. Ain't nobody even had no criticism like that. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't much criticism. Everybody was like, "Oh, you on point. You did that." So yeah, my ratings dropped, but my next episode is gonna be a very special episode. Last year, I started the podcast with Fighter of the Year awards, the Knockout of the Year, Performance of the Year, Upset of the Year, Prospect of the Year, KO of the Year. I think I said that already. And yeah, my second award show, the 2023 awards is coming up. And yeah, that's gonna be my next episode, man. So much great stuff happened this year of boxing. This is one of the best years of boxing since I've been watching boxing. Since I've been a hardcore fan, this might be the best year of boxing since I've been a hardcore fan, to be honest. But yeah, my awards is coming the next episode, so I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe on this video. Tell a friend. Thrill Boxing Magazine is here, man. I need y'all to follow my TikTok, Thrill Boxing. Follow my Instagram, Thrill Boxing. My number's been going up. Follow my Twitter, Thrill Boxing. And go get that merch. UntouchableLifestyle.com. I got a lot of drip. A lot of nice streetwear. I got some boxing merch on there. I got a Mike Tyson shirt. I got a Floyd Mayweather shirt. A Pretty Boy Floyd shirt, And yeah. Floyd has a Lamborghini. Mini Lamborghini. Floyd got Bentley. Mini Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Floyd got Chinchilla. Mini Chinchilla. I need y'all to go buy them shirts. Make it happen for me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's another episode. Episode 21. This is Thrill Boxing Magazine. I'm Mike Thrill, baby. And yeah. Get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here.